And we're live. Welcome to Fun in the Kuntry Basement. I'm Walter Kuntry 3D alongside of Chris Riley and Glenn from Fun King 3D. And the aliens have invaded the country. Josh from Alien 3D is here with me.
What's up, everybody?
Glenn, go ahead since Chris went to the bathroom or something.
He's just hiding down under the desk. So, hey, everybody, I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D, and we are a father and son team who likes to do 3D printing and electronic projects, which I have a really cool electronic project that I've been working on. I jammed it in the last 2 weeks, and oddly enough determined it wasn't large enough. So it'll get some revisions, but we're gonna have some videos coming up on that pretty soon. And I don't know. Trolling for Dollars is asking about having video issues. Am I not coming through? But anyway, so yeah, we're found pretty much at Fun King 3D everywhere. And in fact, if you just Google Fun King 3D, you can find me.
Christopher.
Yes, I am Chris Riley, and I am in the basement, 3D printing things, struggling at best most of the time. But another Sunday, Fun in Kuntry Basement is always interesting. Welcome, Josh, to the stream. Awesome to have you. Don't let Walter play any tricks on you while you're there. That could be.
Hey, I'm taking him out for supper.
Well, that's what he said. He said you were paying him with a free meal. So
yeah,
and stickers.
And stickers.
And stickers. But hello, everybody, and welcome.
He's giving the stickers away. I think Glenn Trolling for Dollars was talking about because we were like a minute late. And is Glenn having video issues again?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got the chat. We got Mark Williamson, Trolling for Dollars, Justin 3D Medic Vince, Whatever Maker, Mapro 6, Rodney Lorimore, Matt from How I Do It, Paul Cumber, Britt Hawks 3DP, and Robert Reynolds. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Fun in the Kuntry Basement. I am working on absolutely nothing again. I told y'all it would be after the first of the year, but Josh and I have been discussing some things, and things are coming, and maybe they'll work out. Maybe they won't. We'll find out later in 2019. Lynn, what are you working on today?
Well, my Prusa has decided that it wants to throw like thermal runaway, and I don't know. You know, I've got a little brass wire brush that I clean the nozzle with, and a couple times I've gone to do it, and it spiked up all of a sudden and said it was running at 360 degrees, which I know is a lie. So I think I got a loose wire somewhere, so I'm just going to kind of pull it apart and see what's going on.
Chris, I saw you look like you had the soldering gun out. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm cleaning off the terminals on this bed. So this bed has absolutely destroyed a couple of MOSFETs recently. I don't know why, but I think I just found out. Resistance is at 2.8. So I think we're toast.
I believe the heater has gone to the head.
I think that one's a goner. Oh, well.
We got a couple more people come in. Nuru, Hawk 3D Proto, Scaldo YT, and Bantalar have joined the chat. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. Josh, what are you working on?
Printing my mascot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going?
I've got about 384 or so unclaimed parts out of 684. So
well, I've only claimed one, but I haven't had a chance to print it yet.
No, I'm going to turn it so we can get it a little closer to us. There we go.
All right. What was that, Glenn?
I said I've only claimed one, but I haven't had a chance to print it yet. I don't want to claim any more until I print. Like I'll keep going, but I'm only going to claim them as I print them.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, I've got all three of my printers trying to crank them out. I only print when I'm awake now because both of my A8s are acting funky, so I don't want to print with them while I'm sleeping like I used to.
Well, and then you made some comment that you may end up painting it, and then like I was thinking, well, if you're gonna paint over my Fun King stuff.
Well, no, if you put anybody who puts a logo or something on it, when I do paint it, I'm going to leave the logos and stuff in them. I'm not going to fill those in, but I do want to sand it eventually to make the whole thing green, because there's a company that I cannot mention their secret product yet that I'm going to use, but I can't talk about it yet.
Well, thank you, Vince, for doing that, man. I appreciate it.
Vince do?
I'm not going to say on the video.
Oh, okay.
Darren Anton, welcome. Welcome to Fun in the Country Basic. Joe Paddock's in the house. Darren Anton I haven't seen before, so welcome. Hope you stay around. You have to watch Glenn and Chris' side of this though, because they get kind of wonky sometimes.
In reference to Vince there, Walter, how close are you?
How close am I to what?
Watch time.
Oh, dude, you talking about the number I need to get monetized?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 17,000 hours of view time.
So have you put in for review?
They automatically did it. I'm already monetized. There's a $sign in our chat if you look.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, so you got monetized.
Yeah, no, I mean, as soon as I got 1,000 subscribers and I went over to the monetization thing, it says your channel is under review. We'll let you know in 4 to 6 weeks. It took maybe 5 or 6 days.
That's cool.
And they sent me an email and said, congratulations, you're monetized. And bam, there it is.
Excellent.
And I already tried it out. It works.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
Oh, people are calling me out, so I got it. Hey, Hawk.
Yeah, you have to keep up with that, dude.
I don't know how you keep up with this. Joe Paddock.
I think I found my issue already.
Your issue or the printer's issue?
Well, the printer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making sure. Let's get that straight.
Yeah,
now.
sorry. Didn't mean to make everybody think that I solved the world's problem.
Cool, Darren Anton. I'm glad you've been here before, man. Lenart Reviews is back in the house. He just pops in and out whenever he decides to. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. And also Dwayne S. jumped in here. Stephen the Lightspeed said, "Pay up, Glenn." What is Glenn paying up?
Oh, because you're monetized now.
Oh,
monetized thing.
Oh, thank you, Paul. I appreciate it.
Kathy O'Malley.
Hey, Kathy.
Ben asked how I was doing. I am doing well. The Chris Riley is doing well.
The Chris Riley. Wait, we got to do that right. It's the Chris Riley. Thank you, Nuru. I appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that. Now, Glenn, I don't know about on your streams, which you haven't done any live ones in a while, but Chris said his is doing it too. When this pops up, it's not reading what they put in Super Chat.
What do you mean it's not reading? Like out loud?
Yeah, out loud.
Well, that's not Google Hangouts that does that. That's
Streamlabs.
Yeah, Streamlabs.
Yeah, no, I know. I went to Streamlabs. All the audio and stuff is turned on, but it doesn't read anything. Which in Google Hangouts it doesn't pop up because I'm not using the OBS camera, so that's not going to pop up anyway.
Yeah. There's definitely something going on in Streamlabs. I'm not quite sure what it is, but mine's been broken for a couple weeks. It seems like.
Yeah, they probably want you just to use their version of OBS.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that $5, buddy. Welcome, Carl, Techie Dad, Alan Moritz. Welcome,
Techie Dad. If you guys aren't watching Techie Dad's channel, yeah. I like watching his channel. Of course, I have a, like my heart, it goes out to anybody that does videos with their kids. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, go do that.
He streams like almost every Saturday night, and I've always got something else going on. But I always think, oh man, I need to join that stream. But yeah, I've made it occasionally.
I've joined one time, I think. Hey there, Red Light. How are you, buddy? Matt from How I Do It. Yeah, I did it on my stream, on my live stream through OBS, and it popped up on the screen, but it didn't read. That's what I was talking about. Having problems with it reading. I know in OBS it shows up, and it does pop up with Streamlabs. It just doesn't work really good on the reading part. So, Chris, what else you got working on, man? It looks like you swapped to something else there.
Yeah, so I've got another heated bed that had a different issue. So I'm going to clean the solder off of it and see what it reads. So
I hear you.
It's mostly cleanup stuff that doesn't make good content, but there's like 4,000 hours of this crap to make 5 minutes of video. So
well, do you have videos of that crap? Because I'm having problems with one of my heat beds and one of my hot ends, so that would be 5 minutes of.
He's got video of it right here. You can see him working on it. I mean,
isn't that why we started these streams? Is
right.
This kind of stuff that, you know, like doesn't make for good content.
Oh, I thought it was so you and I could just learn from Chris while he was doing things.
Well, yeah, but don't tell him that. He'll start charging.
Crap.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be in on that part.
Oh, we weren't supposed to let you know.
Hey, what's up, Dustin?
Hey, Dustin, how are you, buddy?
Don't probe me, bro.
I know. Every time I hear that, dude,
I had a couple of free minutes the other night. I don't know what night that was. I lose track. Every day when I wake up, I restart. So, but I got on with Tom and Carl the other night on a stream. I just jumped in randomly. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Hey, and I also wanted to announce, I'm going to do it now, and I'll also do it on my stream next Thursday. The 29th, Ali from Potent Printables is going to do a live stream. And I think it's his first one ever.
Yep.
So everybody hearing this or watching this later or hearing it now, we're going to raid his stream. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time on Potent Printables. And I don't have a link in the description, but I can put it there later or somebody.
And that's going to be right after your stream.
Right? Well, it's an hour after.
Oh, okay.
I get done at 8. He starts at 9.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
yes, thank you for mentioning that, Walter, because yes, I will be there.
I want to make sure we get as many people as we can there to support Ali, because the stuff he does is freaking cool.
Yeah,
man.
I like Ali's stuff.
Yeah, guy's a genius. He really is, and one of the nicest people ever.
Camille, is that Karlowitz? Welcome. Greetings from Poland. Well, greetings from Florida, Kansas, and Florida. Well, wait, I should say Florida, Missouri, and Florida, not Florida, Kansas, and Florida.
Now since I'm here, it's Florida, Kansas, Florida. No, Florida, Missouri, Florida. There we go.
You are in Kansas City, Missouri, right? Not Kansas City, Kansas?
Yes, I am in Missouri. Yes.
Okay, you could live on the other side.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Chris is in the state of misery.
Yeah, it's important around here to get it right. Yeah, but I don't stress.
Hey, when I was in the Army, when I was transitioning from the National Guard to the actual Army, I was in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for like a month.
I'm sorry.
Really?
That's where mechanics go to learn how not to mechanic.
They had a couple nice strip clubs.
Did they?
Yeah.
This is a family channel.
Oh,
you stripping in a club is not fun.
My bad.
You taking all your clothes off is not the picture we
I was there to watch, not to strip.
What was the other dude's name, man? Wait,
yeah, family. Llama, that would be awesome if you did an alien head. Let me know if you need some.
Now Jake from State Farm's here, and he says I don't get an alien shirt. Oh wait,
hey, you know what? I bought my Kuntry 3D.
You did.
So
you did. I helped you launch your company.
Yeah. You got me there.
But Josh helped you launch your YouTube channel. So turnabout's
I didn't do anything. John trolling for dollars, having G-code issues. I've seen that. Where nerdy is cool. What do I know from that? That sounds familiar.
What's that?
Where nerdy is cool. That channel. I'm trying to place who that is.
I haven't ever seen that. Chris Riley, what was the retraction from Mosquito Hot End, if you remember? What am I saying? Of course you will remember.
What was the traction from Mosquito Hot End? I got it down to 0.3 at 35 millimeters a second.
Is that how low you have to go to get it to not stick in on the Mosquito, or?
No, that's just you have to have almost zero retraction to run one, so you can print faster. If you go to the Mosquito video, if you find that on my page, down in the description, there's a whole write-up in a Google Doc of how I tested it and what the settings were. So it shows high-res pictures of what the stringing looks like. So take a look at that. I spent way too much time making that document.
What's up there, Ricky Tanner? How are you, my friend? Hey, we're not doing too bad. I can't see how many are. Wait, yeah, I can. There's 41 people live in here.
Where's Fernando Pina?
I haven't seen. I know
live.
Well, I haven't. I don't do that anymore.
Why not?
I actually blew somebody's speakers.
Did you really?
Yeah, a nice set of studio speakers.
Yeah,
They couldn't have been
mine
that nice if they blew.
$5,000
you're in the
speakers.
kitchen.
5,000. Wait, what?
If you're in
No,
the
I'm just
kitchen
kidding.
at the other end of the house listening to it,
Ooh.
and then I get into it and do a loud one. Yeah.
Fernando Pina.
Yeah, that's what I get now. It's like, hey, everybody, it's Fernando Pina. That's all I get now. Which is good for Glenn.
Did you
'cause
really blow somebody's
That's
speaker?
what he's told me. Wow. So I talked to Fernando and said I wouldn't do it no more. And he hadn't been back since.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in
That's
a while.
all he came for was to have his name called out.
Well, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm not. I don't think so. Somebody told me his job changed the way he had to work.
Yeah.
Kind of like Chris did for us. You know, he dumped us. Chris dumped us for a while.
Well, he travels.
But then he knew he couldn't live without us, so he came back.
I came crawling back. That's how it is.
Hey, is my spot still open? Y'all didn't find another basement, did you?
Well, you know, Kuntry and Fun King 3D, those are hard spots to fill. You can find some guy with a basement.
Right.
Oh, dude. As soon as you're like, I'm going to take a couple weeks off, the applications for the basement position, they were flooding in. We didn't even ask for them. People are like, I could dig a basement.
Right.
I got a shack. You can turn it into
And
fun in the country. Shack.
Josh informed me that this room that we're in looks a lot wider on the
It
screen
does.
than it is.
Like
Yeah, we were
Because
talking about that when you
Because
stepped
of the
out.
wide angle lens in the Hero 3 up here. Yeah, it's not big. It's very, very small.
Oh, I do not want to have to pull this whole entire hot end again.
Sure you do. That's an MK2, right?
It's a 2.5.
Oh, it's a 2.5. You upgraded it, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, it's got the MK3 extruder on it, don't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, Dustin.
And even though I put it together as best to my ability, it still leaked between the heat block and the heat break. And of course, it's all PETG because that's all I print on this thing anymore. And so it's scooped up in there pretty good.
Trolling for $1 said, and Walters is not as wide in real life. Well, I'm pretty close to it though, John. And Red Light's got a basement and an upstairs, Chris. All you got's a damn basement.
Yeah, this is it. That's all I got.
Scalda, open the box. It cannot print if you don't air it out.
Right? He's had
that's
Scalda. If you're not going to use it, you've had it for like 3 weeks, haven't opened it.
That's the CI20 Pro, by the way.
See, that's the one they're supposed to send me.
Yeah, well, that's the one you'll get. Got BL Touch on it.
Yeah. Well, I've got like 10. I've got 10 BL Touches at my house because I sell them. So.
Pretty well.
Are you bragging? Gosh.
No.
No, they're for sale on my website, and I believe they're the cheapest out there other than my shipping. But even the shipping's only $2.66. So.
So any of you or anyone in the chat, who makes a decent PCB heater bed that doesn't cost a small fortune? Because I bet you I have 4 of these, and none of them are any good.
I think I've got one in a box, Chris.
Well,
It's an 8 bed, right?
The regular rip wrap, you know, the whatever they call them, 2Bs or whatever they are, you know, and they're only like $14, but it seems like every third one is good. The rest are just garbage.
What's up, my misfit? Welcome, buddy. But I think I've got one that I had on my A8 somewhere around here. I believe I sent one to Ricky Tanner when he was redoing his A8 along with some other parts. I don't know if I sent him a bed or not. So I may have 2 of them over here in the box. Already wired and ready to go, and both of them work really well. They're as flat as, you know, those cheap ones can be.
Yeah. And I've got some of the, you know, the ones that actually have the 3mm, the 3mm ones, those seem to work out a lot better than just the PCB.
Oh yeah, no, mine are not PCBs. That's right. Mine are 3mm aluminum plates.
They're actual beds, yeah.
Now, somewhere around here, or you know, somewhere I think that I have a Mark 42.
Tanner says you just sent him the hot end.
I did send him the hot end and a bunch of other brace parts and stuff. And like some of the acrylic, he had some broken acrylic, I think, that I sent him. Chad Williams. Here we go, back to normal. He's 20 minutes late. I hear you. But I think I've got a Mark 42 around here somewhere, Chris.
Yeah, the 42 is way too out of it's way classier than the project I'm working on.
Oh, okay. I got you. But I'm supposed to have one. But you know, if you could see what's not around the camera, you would know why I don't know where the hell it's at. Josh is like, "Are you sure something's not going to sneak out of here and bite me or something?"
It is Florida.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you have no idea. There's my green screen.
I have spiders this big in my house.
Do you? We don't kill spiders in my house.
Why not?
Because I like spiders.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like spiders too, but when they're that big.
But you know what spiders do? You know those big palmetto bugs?
Do they kill them?
They eat the hell out of them.
Maybe I should stop killing the
spiders. And I'd much rather have a spider in my corner than a palmetto bug crawling on my face.
That's true.
Y'all have no idea. Palmetto bug. They come in your house. It's just ridiculous. Casa del Wacos. Good evening, my friend. Afternoon. Hey, Chris, you saw the picture I tweeted out the other day of that steak, Glenn, right? That steak that I tweeted out.
Yeah.
The seafood on top.
Yep.
That's what Josh.
You're making me hungry.
Josh is getting for supper.
You're making me hungry again.
I don't mind the spider crawling on my face, Carl. Yeah, I think there's some stuff like braced up against his back, Matt. A palmetto bug, mine misfit. Yeah, roaches on steroids. There you go.
Yeah, right. You know, I got these little plug-in electric things that I've been putting everywhere.
The sonic things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big palmetto bugs have disappeared, but now I got a bunch of tiny little roach things. I don't know where the hell they come from.
Those little German cockroaches, man.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, and they breed. Oh, my God.
Oh, they're hard to get rid of.
They are. They're so hard. I'll tell you, what's the name of that stuff? Bengal.
Bengal.
Bengal spray. It's a dry powder spray. It kills them.
It's a killer, roach killer?
Yes, sir.
I'll have to try that.
It's expensive. It's like $14 for a can of it. But
dude, I was paying.
Because I bought this. I've got some in here. They're probably over there somewhere. I got these little the little gel stuff that you put on the little pads to put that shit in.
I was paying Terminix to come out every 3 months, like $70-$80 every time, and it wasn't doing nothing.
There you go. Welcome to Guinness. That's for you.
Wait, where?
Guys, just so y'all know, he can't see the @Alien 3D. It doesn't highlight.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So if you want him to see it, put @Kuntry 3D. That way it'll highlight orange on here. So
anything cool for this month other than what's stated on the site? I don't know if y'all want spoilers. I mean, every time I put a spoiler out there, somebody yells at me. I'll put one spoiler out there. I advertise that there's 5 filaments in the box this month, but there's actually going to be 6. So I'll give you that spoiler.
There you go.
But
what is the site? Alien3D.us, right?
Alien3D.us.
I've got it on here, I think. Oh no, I can't. Never mind.
Stream
I'm sitting here trying to do OBS and I don't have OBS open.
Oh. Hey, Sonic Alchemy.
James, my brother, how are you? What? Can you not type Georgia? I'm so happy I don't live down south. I remember visiting my aunt in George. Your aunt was in George. Okay. And those dang roaches at night would drop out of heck yeah, that's right. There you go. He got it. He finally spelled Georgia. How about that? Well, y'all got to remember, Georgia's only about 40 miles from here. I hear something moving. What was that?
Me? That
must have been you.
Yeah.
Every time we see Chris, he's got a completely different screen. Like one time his desk is completely full of stuff. And the next second it's empty. The next time he pops up, there's something else there.
Yeah, got to move fast around here.
Yeah, his projects are like 7 seconds long.
Actually, yes, Scald, I am printing something. It's just in the living room.
Yeah, his TiVo's printing something pretty cool. It looks
The little monster's printing in there. It's quiet, so it can print in my living room.
I don't even know if I have anything cool to show that I've done recently.
Josh finally got to see some SLA prints that come off of this thing.
Ever since I heard about the SLAs, I've man, I don't want to deal with the resin. I don't want to die of cancer. I don't want to, but these
that's my life philosophy right there.
He did these tiny little deer bucks with these antlers, and the antlers are so tiny and it looks so smooth and awesome. I want to get an SLA now. I don't care if I die of cancer as long as I can print good.
I still hadn't showed him the country frogs that are smaller than a dime.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where are those at?
They're like this big. Hold on, let me go get one. I'll be right back.
You showed them to you, but you can't find them.
Too, because those are awesome.
They've seen them, deer.
Oh, they've seen them? Well, my bad. You don't want to see the
Alchemy James, hello, how are you? I want to wander off now. This is kind of my thing.
Gonna bring the next project?
No, I don't have anything cool.
I want to give one to Josh. That's it. I don't need nothing else back here.
What?
You got a hat on too.
What? What? Have they seen this?
I think so. You can hold it up there. I can't say that name, man. Walno. Greetings from Poland. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Robert Riggins, welcome.
And there's no layer lines.
Nope.
And the detail on those feet. I can't do that on my printer. Any of them.
Yeah, here's the dime. This is the one I took a picture of.
Who wants to print small?
Ah!
I caught the frog.
Frog down.
Who wants to print small?
Yeah, printing.
Let me see you do that. Let me see you do that on your FK1.
It's not about the small, it's about the smooth detail. I mean, for real, there are no lines. It's just completely smooth.
James, are you leaving? James is leaving.
That's
Hi, James.
Bye, James. Hey, Paul, how are you? I'm doing well.
Hi, Jay.
I guess you really don't know how cool something is until you see it in person.
That's correct. I can't wait to see the FK1 in person. It's got to be cool.
I saw that in person. It was amazing.
I want to see it print a full-size Vinci.
I want to see a full-size Death Star.
I want to see a full size. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Print something big on that thing.
What's what coupon code? Country Club?
Kuntry Klub with K's.
Yeah. That box is gonna have resin samples now. Resin samples?
No.
That'd be difficult. Plus, it's a, and I found this out. I don't know if y'all know this. Remember when I did the unboxing of the LD001 from Creality? I was kind of upset that it didn't come with resin. They're restricted from shipping that to the U.S. in that kit. It takes a different type of shipping,
right?
So they can't send it with resin. So that's why it didn't come with resin. So wish there was a note in there that would have told me that.
No, I just, how would you even do resin samples? Because
you'd have to buy a bunch of little bottles.
Yeah, but there wouldn't be, all people would be able to print is tiny stuff. Because if you put, just for example, like the size of the bottle of Gloop I put in the boxes last month, they were 2.75 ounces, I believe. If I did that size of SLA and poured them in there, it would spread out in the bed, and you'd only be able to print tiny things.
Yeah.
I don't think people would be happy with that.
That whole bed of frogs was probably 1 ounce of resin.
But I don't think people want to print.
But I'm just saying, you could do a 4 ounce bottle, not a 2 ounce bottle. Do a 4 ounce bottle. My vape.
How many ounces
a 4 ounce bottle.
Does the vat take? Do the SLA vats hold?
It'll hold about 50.
Yeah, I don't think people like it.
50 mils, not 50 ounces. This is 100 mils. No, that'll hold I don't know how much that'll hold in.
I don't know. I'd have to do like quart size samples to be even.
Quart size? That's the bottle. That's a brand new bottle. That's unopened.
Oh.
Yeah, you see the bottle.
So what's this quart you're talking about?
Right.
No quartz in 3D printing.
Oh my god! What would that be? 500 milliliters?
Yeah. Yes, red light. That'll work. The capital K's ain't gonna hurt it, is it?
No, it shouldn't. But yes, that's how you spell it.
All right.
Robert Riggins, you random layer shift, but you've tried voltage, slow speeds, all the regular stuff.
We tried tightening the belts.
Yeah, I mean you can go belts, but depending on what printer it might be, you might be having like CPU crash or something. You might be jumping lines of code. That's kind of notorious for Deltas to do that.
You know, if I had an SLA, I probably would make D&D minis.
Yeah, I've looked into them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Radio Man GC. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Happy holidays to you too. Merry Christmas to everybody that celebrates it. Happy whatever you got. I don't know.
Yeah, what's up, Robbie Mac?
Alien probe fun in the Kuntry Basement cups. Oh, Chris Riley, show us the calibrated 4-color benchy.
It's right there. It's got about 5 layers left to go, Nuru. You will see it as soon as it's done.
So we will get to see it before the stream ends.
Yes.
With 5 layers.
I don't know. 5 layers. That's another, what, 3.5 hours?
Well, it's got to print about 4 pounds of block to get those 4 layers done. So,
dude,
see, I make my blocks smaller. Like,
you can only do so much though.
I don't know. I don't know. I make my blocks smaller because like
Mine's under there.
Filament Frenzy, I have his profile for the A10M, and I think his is set to 12 millimeter blocks for each color, so it really prints like a 24 by 12.
Yeah,
and I reduced it down to 8, and I didn't have any problems.
Welcome, Adam in 3D. Merry Christmas to you too, sir. That answered Scalda's question. We didn't see you ask your question, so I'm glad we answered it before you asked it. Brian Jorgensen, happy something. That's right.
You.
Welcome to Psychic 3D printing.
What you got printing behind you.
Oh,
that's why it answered it.
What's that, Glenn? Sorry.
I said, welcome to Psychic 3D printing.
Right. And Chris Robert said it's a custom console variant. Same build dimensions as the little monster.
Custom console variant. And Duet Maestro.
And he's on a Duet Maestro?
What he says.
Dude, I don't know then. Belts are tight.
Well, you know, Duet has done some really interesting things with their firmware, with the actual firmware recently. People have been telling me this. Like, I don't know if they're on 2.1 or 2.2 or whatever the number is right now. Maybe it's a bug.
All right. Yeah. John Diggenstein, welcome. Radio Man GC, what's a good printer to start off with? Well, there's so many videos out there about that. You know, I mean, it really depends on what you're going to do.
I know somebody asked that on Twitter the other day, and the most common one I saw suggested was the Ender 3.
Well, of course, for $159, $69, $79, I can't see you beat it with anything. But that depends on his.
Yeah, it depends on your budget. If you've got $900, get the MK3. Or wait, it's like $750 for the kit, right? Plus $50 shipping, so $800.
Hey, Robbie Mac, we had this discussion this morning, and the reason I wear this shirt is because she has to say this. I do not. I don't say this. This is on my shirt. So when she reads it, or you read it, even, you know, there you go. See,
it's getting deep in here.
Right, right. But yeah, ooh, there you go. Slice Engineering, Mosquito versus the Micro Swiss.
Does Micro Swiss have their own?
They have their own hot end. I've never seen one or held one in my hand.
Uncle Ron's got a Micro Swiss hot end on his CR10.
Micro Swiss is about a third the price.
So, well, okay, well, let's get back to that. But Radio Man GC said he has around $300.
Ender 3.
Ender 3.
I would do an Ender 3 and buy a filament to print with.
Yeah. And size is always, so there's a handful of questions you have to ask, right? How big do you want to print? Around $300 though.
Size matters.
So now we're talking a little bit different. If I had $400,
Right.
I would get the original CR10.
Yeah, there you go. I agree. Just because of the build volume.
Build volume, and I think it's a better machine.
Well, better built machine. I think the Ender 3, if you get a good Ender 3, I think it prints as good as any of them.
Yeah, I don't know about everybody's experience, but and the company has changed a lot since I got that CR10, even a little bit over a year ago. So things might be different now, but it seems like people have had more consistent results on the 10 than they did with the Ender 3.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's 12 months apart or 15 months apart or something too.
Well,
So
I think one thing, Chris, with that though, is I think that was still part of the race to the bottom.
yeah,
And Creality needed that bottom beater, and they got it out there, and they were just pushing it just as fast as they could push it. And I think with the CR10 for the money, they knew they needed to have that build quality. You know.
yeah. Well, they got there.
What do you mean by you're restricted to E3D style nozzles? Like the M6?
Just the mounting style. Yeah, the way it mounts the E3D. You know, it's got the rings at the bottom, and the plastic kind of has like a half moon shape, and then it's locked in half moon shape.
Right.
Most of the mounts for the Mosquito are based around that.
Well, I thought he was talking about the nozzle.
No, it's not a nozzle. It's an actual the hot end, the whole hot
Yeah,
end.
he says no. You're restricted to the E3D style nozzles.
Oh, well, that's true.
What
But
do you mean by
Micro Swiss, you're kind of restricted to Micro Swiss, right?
You have to have the longer 7mm threaded in.
Yeah.
Well, do you know that Slice Engineer has released their own nozzle now, and it is $34, but it is a hardened nozzle, and it is lifetime warranty. If it ever wears, they'll replace it for free.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty good warranty. All right. I got to catch up with chat here.
Yeah, sorry.
And Casa Del Waco said he'd go with the 10S because that second lead screw helps out.
Yeah, one of those has a crazy price jump, and I don't know everything about CR10s or Crealities, but it starts ramping up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it does.
There's a CR10 like there's CR10 something S4 one of the huge ones or whatever. That's like $800 some. There's no way I would give that money for a CR10 of any kind.
Robert, I don't know about the Maestro, but I know with my Duet, the calibration on my Delta was pretty simple and straightforward. I don't know what the interface and the software and all that is for the Maestro, if that's what you're using. Because that I'm printing in there in my TiVo is it's got the Fouet on it, and it didn't take a lot.
And that and you would know, Walter, but the Duet, what if it's running rip wrap or whatever, that still supports the G33 command, right? Auto calibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be fairly straightforward, hopefully. If you have a probe.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're getting up at that money, you'd buy a Prusa MK3 unless you need to build volume, Sonic.
Yeah.
The MK3 is a fantastic printer.
If you want to print pretty quickly, have extremely consistent results, and you have that much money and can deal with the build volume, there's nothing to beat the MK3. There just isn't.
You're really making Alien Ed.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we have a Josh head in here. Come on. 3D printing llama's ridiculous. I think he needs to tweak that a bit.
Just, I mean,
it's getting there.
It's getting there.
Thomas, you're crazy, man.
Do you need a better side view, because my face was kind of inward on that.
Robert Riggins, if it's the same UI, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm like Chris though. The M33 does an auto. Supports on the HE3D K280 Big Delta. I can't show you. I can't screen share on here. I don't have OBS running.
Yeah, for a 10-minute, that was a good head for 10 minutes.
Well, we've been doing this for 42 minutes already.
Well, I think he said he only worked 10 minutes on it, though.
I think he's telling stories. Nah, man. Thomas does a great job. My wife is still waiting on hers, Llama. Thomas, you need to get on my Facebook, find some pictures, and do one for my wife so that she'll stop being upset.
I'm gonna meet you guys so I can run the heat gun.
Are you building a whole new printer or something? You got a whole bunch of tools out.
Yeah, well, the hot end's all gummed up, and so
he sounds frustrated. You can tell.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is my go-to printer right now, and like when stuff goes wrong with it, it irritates me. I don't know. Maybe the monkey who built it didn't do right.
Welcome 3D Rookie. Welcome Don. Somebody asked, did we watch the 3D Maker Noobs Ender 5? I did not. I did not watch it. Some other people in here did. They came over from there, which is cool. Glenn is not live building an MK3. He's working on his hot end on his MK3. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. What drivers, Robert Riggins? What drivers is on the Maestro and Duet .6? Oh.
Hey, that'll work, Llama.
Chris, you just standing there again?
I'm reading chat. That's somewhat functional.
All right.
Waiting on my benching. Like I spend my whole life waiting on benching.
Glenn muted his mic so he can cuss it down.
I set off the smoke detectors in my house.
How did you set the smoke detectors off? With the soldering iron.
Gun running.
Ender 5 looks like a solid printer, though it has salmon skin. Smoothers would fix that, though. 220 by 220 by 300. But how the 2206s? That's, I think. I don't know, man. Unless it's the A4988s that are not. I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know about that setup. But how much is the Ender 5 going to sell for at 220 by 220 by 300? The Ender 5. Yeah.
220 by 220 by 300. What?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't understand why people keep remaking printers with the same build volume. I want to see bigger volume.
Well, the thing is, though,
for the cheaper price.
But my thing is, though, why? Why do you want to see bigger volume?
Print bigger things.
Bigger volume.
If Glenn was to print out his entire volume, it would take what? 30,
I'm sure it would
30
take
rolls of filament.
I'm sure it would take an entire year to print anything on it, but I want to print bigger.
And
I agree, and that's what brought the whole project to life. I mean,
it's like with the 220, 220, 300, I can buy an Ender and I can print that.
Well, I understand that.
Why do an Ender 5?
Carl also says he's got a good point there. Desktop printer restricts size to desktop. Not custom built table for holding a printer.
I don't know. I don't see advancement.
Just print smaller and then glue the pieces together.
Well, that's what I'm doing with my 12-foot alien.
Well, and Railcore does change that to a degree, though. We were talking about that earlier, and when I watched Joel's video, and he said it. I mean, he said it in his video. He said it's great because at 0.02 layer height, I mean, that's almost injection molded quality, okay? But if you were to do the 300 by 300 by 300, even at 75 millimeters per second at 0.02 layer height, we'll see in a month and a half. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's crazy, you know. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about do a benchy. Just say Chris, because he does benchies all the time. At 0.02 layer height, at 75 millimeters per second, how long do you think a standard benchy would take, Chris?
75 millimeters a second at standard layer height?
Yeah, 0.02 layer height.
Yeah, 0.02.
Oh, 0.02?
Yeah.
Well, you could probably do the math on that pretty quick.
Yeah, you're talking to me.
What? Let's figure it would take. It'd be like 10 hours.
Yeah. For a benchy.
Yeah.
That's standard.
Even at 75 millimeters a second, though.
Yeah.
Which is what he said. Now, the rail core may be able to go faster than that and still do a great job. But I was just going off of Joel's video because I don't know the specs on it. And everything he said this morning was 75 millimeters a second. It probably will run, 100, 120. It does well at that speed. You're right, Steven. But still 10 hours for a benchy? I mean, even if it's 8 hours.
But think about it. If you did a 0.2 at that same 75 in quality,
it would still be 45 minutes.
But it'd be better quality.
It would be better quality. But it's still 45 minutes at 75 millimeters. Because what? It's like an hour 6 or an hour 10 at 60 millimeters a second. Isn't that about right, Chris?
Yeah, it's at 60. About an hour 20, something like that.
Yeah, okay. So at 0.02 at 75 or standard, just say at 0.2 at 75, you're still going to be looking at about an hour.
Well, now that we're talking about it, I'm going to process it and see what it actually is.
Okay.
My computer might completely crash while I do it. But
at standard speeds, Stephen, which is, it takes the MK3 about an hour and 20 minutes to do a benchy.
Yeah, and you got to figure MK3 is 200 millimeters a second infill. So,
yeah.
I mean, that jumps you quite a bit forward.
Yeah, Carl just sliced it in Cura at 0.02. It's 10 hours and 15 minutes.
Yes, man, I was close.
But now I have no faith in Chris Riley's calculations because he was 15 minutes off. Wait, most slicers are too. So if it says 10 hours and 15 minutes.
Simplify 3D says 9 hours, 58 minutes.
If it says 10 hours and 15 minutes, that means it's 15 friggin' hours long.
That's true.
I'm sorry. They all keep coming back and saying,
my Simplify 3D calculations actually recently, since they updated, have been pretty spot on mine.
You're doing something wrong.
Slicer Prusa edition is pretty close too.
Yeah,
he'll say like 3 hours, and then you'll put it over into Octoprint, and it'll come back 15 minutes short.
Octoprint's
print it.
Accurate.
Yeah, and you print it, and it's almost dead on what Slicer Prusa edition said.
Yeah.
Slicer, Prusa kind of hedged their bets on that deal. So instead of trying to guess by length of filament and speed, they hashed in every time you slice. They automatically throw a G-code command at the top that forces you to the default speeds that printer will run, so they can calculate it almost exactly.
Yeah.
They can run the numbers right there. That was pretty impressive, but it also really confused running other printers on that slicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic, Cura has never been accurate for me, but neither has Octoprint. But Simplify 3D has been pretty spot on lately.
I need to move some air in here.
You need a fan in here.
That's what I'm fixing. I'm fixing to turn the circulate on the thing. If it'll get the signal, because last time it didn't send it. But I'll know in a minute. Octoprint is more accurate than Cura. Sure it is. And whatever Duet uses, yeah, it's really bad. The Duet Wi-Fi is not accurate at all. Not at all. And I'll tell you that the the LD001 software is not very accurate either. And you would think it would be a lot more accurate because you got 90 seconds for the first layer and, 13 seconds for every other layer exposure. So all you've got is that little rise and fall for the added time. You think you would be able to calculate that pretty damn close. But
You would think.
it's not. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, you see how long I've been since
I noticed that earlier. That was what, back in June?
Yeah,
July?
June or July, something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I want Prusa to send me one of their new SLAs.
Oh, yeah. Sonic says this is James, Sonic Makerspace. Josh, we talked on Twitter. Yeah, it would be. Curious dead on time.
Yeah, Sonic, I know who you are. I don't remember people's names. I remember their aliases on social media. It's like, I don't know how you remember so many people's names.
Dude, and I don't know half of them. Chris does a better job most of the time at remembering than I do. And Glenn, he's senile, so he doesn't remember nothing.
No, I suck at remembering names, and I make that publicly known. That way I don't have to try.
I showed up at his house, and he's like, hey,
Hey, old guy with the beard.
Nice to see you, dude. That's why I say buddy to everybody. Like,
Well, I just call everybody brother. Hey, brother.
Yeah. I'm like, what's up, buddy? Walter's great, and Chris has a truck. Oh,
As a trick.
That's a trick. I was like, what the hell's a truck got to do with it?
Well, because Chris can help you move because he has a truck.
Chris, listen, Chris don't have a truck, man. He's watched too many of the what is that Fast and Furious movies. He's got one of them rice burners out there in the thing.
Oh, Brian. Brian Vines. Hey, Brian. Just called me Walter Jr.
Brian with a wine. Vines with a knife.
I'm only a couple years younger than Walter.
Like 6.
Just
I would have been 6 when you were born.
You're 46?
Yeah.
I thought you were 43.
No, my wife is 43.
That's probably where I got the
That's
number
probably
from.
where you got it from. Chris is also younger. That's correct.
A little
Chris
bit.
So do you, Chris? Do you have a Fast and Furious rice burner in your driveway?
I did for forever and ever. Glenn and I were talking about this. Maybe that was the stream you didn't make or something. That's kind of funny. You should say Fast and the Furious because I had in the first Fast and the Furious movie before it came out, for like a year before that, I had that car in the opening sequence.
Oh yeah.
And then after that movie came out, I felt so terrible about myself. Like, oh.
Yeah, but did yours have 7 speeds, Chris? Because in the movie, he shifted that car 7 times. I mean,
Did you really?
yeah.
I knew keep track. No, it didn't have 7.
Wait, did you count the downshifts though? Maybe he downshifted.
No, there was no downshifting. He was racing across the parking lot as fast as he could, and he just kept shifting. And in the movie sequence, it's 7 shifts.
I watched half of the first one and have not turned one back on since.
I've watched all of them.
They're actually not bad movies.
I
I
like
mean, if you like over the top, corny type.
Yeah, if you like over the top driving movies, then I would see that. It's like military movies though. I don't watch.
If you watch any movie with The Rock in it, it's over the top.
Yeah, I know, but
And he's been in the last 3 or 4 of the Fast and
I wish I could
Furious
do my
movies.
eyebrow like that.
Well, him and Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
But
both of them.
the thing is, I don't watch like war movies, and I don't watch like car movies. I'm not, and I love cars.
I don't like watching war movies either.
I don't like watching war movies at all. Not just because of the ridiculousness of a one grenade
No, it's just war sucks.
blowing
It's
up
just,
a building. You know,
I don't
when
wanna
they throw a
watch-
grenade. Yeah, I don't either.
we just end war and
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Well,
We should put a card in the Alien 3D box
end war.
that says "End War Now."
Walter doesn't watch war movies because he has flashbacks from when he was in World War One.
Revolutionary War, Glenn. I've already told you. See now.
Oh, sorry.
And Chris and Glenn is 10 years my senior.
He was in the Civil War.
I know, right?
You mean I was 10 when you were a senior?
Ricky Tanner, I like the movie Cars too. The first one.
The third one is awesome too. I don't like the second one.
I'll tell you what third.
The second one is a
Mater
Mater movie.
The third movie that was really good to me was Kung Fu Panda. I liked Kung Fu Panda 3. I liked all of them, but Kung Fu Panda 3 was pretty good.
It's not a Pixar movie though.
Chad Williams, I would have to agree. What's that?
The Kung Fu Panda was DreamWorks.
Yeah, it's DreamWorks.
Well, you know.
But yeah, the third Cars movie.
They're all interchangeable. Yeah, you're right, Chad Williams. I would do my part to fix that, but I'd go to jail. One of my favorite movies of all times was Wall-E.
Wall-E? Yeah, I loved Wall-E too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wall-E is like the movie Idiocracy. It just shows us what our future's going to be.
Right? That's exactly right. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, dude, Idiocracy, I've watched that movie 100 times. I'm like, that's exactly where we're headed.
Yep.
That's where we're going.
At a high rate of speed, too.
Sure. And you know what's really even funnier? Then I go to Walmart and I go, ooh, you took Wall-E to heart, didn't you? You're riding in your cart.
Yep.
Bullet was okay. It was okay, I guess. You haven't seen Wall-E, Ricky? Or Idiocracy?
Idiocracy was
I know, Brian
satire, not a documentary.
That's the problem. I think everybody that watched it almost took it to heart. Or at least the young kids did. I would almost agree with you trolling for dollars.
I would agree with John trolling for dollars.
Yeah. Ricky
Bobby Ron said our future is scary.
You need to watch Idiocracy, man, because it is slowly but surely becoming a documentary on how we're going to end up.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get the water fountains with the electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
But what are electrolytes?
I don't know, but it's got them.
It's what's in Brando.
That's what's in Brando. That's right. Dude, that's a classic. They were talking about somebody Home Alone. Mike Judge has made it. Yes, he has, and some TV shows. That's right.
Didn't Mike Judge do Beavis and Butthead?
Yes.
Yeah.
And King of the Hill.
Yeah,
is Mike Judge. Yeah, because it's a carryover. Hank Hill was actually in Beavis and Butthead.
He looked a lot different though.
Hey, they still was close, quality. But the same voice.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bobby.
Adam in 3D, I guess so. Moana was not my favorite movie, but it was a good movie.
I didn't see it.
I'm the great cornholio. I need pee-pee for my bone.
I am the great cornholio.
It's just sad that both of y'all sound like them.
That's actually what I sound like. This is a fake voice that I'm doing now.
Oh, I got you. Andre Lawyer, very Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Looks like I'm going to be placing an order to Printed Solid.
You need some nozzles?
I need nozzle. I'm gonna replace the throat, everything. Just quit messing with it. Just do it right.
Well, I will have to tell y'all. All right, I've got echo from somebody.
I don't hear it.
I heard it. You hear it?
For a second, but then it went away.
It went away. I will have to tell you, I went. They did a national poll because Brian Vines brought up Whataburger. They did a national poll on Whataburger versus Smash Brother versus In-N-Out. I have now eaten it all three, and to me, it's Whataburger hands down.
I've never eaten at Smash Burger. They're the ones you said were expensive, right? I have eaten at Whataburger, and What was the other one you named?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
That's
I don't like
West
In-N-Out.
Coast. Well,
They had an In-N-Out in Texas. What really ruined it for me was that their sweet tea tasted like hose water.
oh well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, Carl, but Five Guys is.
Whataburger is good, but they put way too much mustard on their burgers.
Well, that's for like mustard.
I don't like mustard.
Let's say no
And
mustard.
they gob it on there.
We'll just say no mustard. I mean, how hard is
No,
that?
my favorite burger right now is
This is like watching the two old guys on the porch video.
Are we in a Sonic commercial?
might be.
I don't like them French fries. They put too much salt on them.
You know, back in the 50s, they gave you 3 pounds of fries.
That's what Five Guys is, though, man.
Animal lard.
Five Guys will load your bag full of fries.
Yeah, I mean, you get a burger and then you get a grocery bag next to you, and you're like, "What's that?" And you're like,
I don't even know why they have a small and large size.
there's
Oh,
no-
I love it. I love it when you're in there and somebody orders the large size French fry. I literally laugh out loud and then I go, "Oh, you're new here."
Pretty much.
See, Nuru gets it. Five Guys burger and fries is $20.
Oh
What?
yeah, it's
Yeah. I mean, why? You can't say that's a better burger. We have a place
I
here.
don't pay $20 when I go to the Five Guys in Ocala.
We have something here called Hobbit,
like
the
10.
Hobbit American Grill. We went yesterday when we went Christmas shopping. Me and Regina stopped by there. I got a black and blue bacon cheeseburger. That was probably the best burger I have put in my mouth in a long time. I mean, beats Whataburger, but it's not a fast food burger joint. So that's what you got to compare. I mean, you can't just say, well, this place has a better burger. Well, sure it does.
Have you eaten at Red Robin?
I don't eat at Red Robin.
Oh, I
You know
dig.
why I don't eat at Red Robin?
No, I don't know.
Because of their prices.
Oh, I dig me some Red Robin. That one with the egg on it. Oh,
I went 2 Veterans Days in a row because they give out free burgers to veterans. Didn't like their burger either time that I went.
yeah, but
we
you're
have-
also the guy that
I
likes
went
crystals over White Castle, so your opinion doesn't really count.
What's that?
I said you're the guy that likes crystals over White Castle, so your opinion
I'm
doesn't
from
really
the
count.
South, Glenn.
I don't like Crystals or White Castle.
Well, then you
It's a
get out of my house.
waste
Get
of-
out.
Waste of my taste buds.
What's up, David Hutz? How are you? Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Walter is totally that guy. If you don't like the food, get out.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, you damn kids.
It's always spraying him
I
with
had
the
a burger
hose.
somewhere I went recently. It was so awesome, and I can't remember where.
You know what you're going to have here shortly? You're going to have one awesome friggin' steak and seafood dinner.
Dude, I am so hungry. I had some reheated scrambled.
We still have an hour before we even get off of here.
Well, that's cool. I'm burning fat right now.
Are you?
Yep, I'm
It's
in
hot in here.
ketosis because I starved myself.
Well, one thing is,
I've lost 30 pounds in the last 2 months. So.
have you?
Yeah.
Quit giving that shit to me. I haven't gained 30 pounds. I've been 263 to 267 pounds for quite a while.
I was the last time I went to my VA appointment was in June, and
Yeah.
I was 260. And then I weighed myself last week, and I'm 230. That's what breaking up in relationships will do to you, though. Just stop eating. You know.
Yeah, I'm with Brian Vines. I don't
probably
think
did.
Josh lost them. I think he just gave them to me.
As soon as I'm in another happy relationship, I'll gain it all back.
You see that, Steven? You're number one in my book.
Do what?
You guys look like father and son. Do that.
Hey, that'll work.
Robert Riggin said he's down 70 pounds on the keto for the last 6 months. I looked into that keto diet, but because supposedly it helps for being diabetic, but it's scary. That's a scary diet.
Well, it puts you into keto, what they call ketosis, and it makes your body produce more keno something or others that are like go to your brain and burn sugar in your fat. I read all about it yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
I ain't read nothing about it. Because, see, when you
But
say...
you know,
But here's the thing. Spell diet for me.
D-I-E-T.
Stop.
Yeah, I
One
know.
short
You're the
is
die. I
with
know.
a T on the end.
But yeah, it's basically you just cut out all the carbs in your diet. That's it. You cut out carbs. It's pretty much the same exact thing as what was that big fad diet a few years ago? Yeah, it's the same as Atkins, except Atkins reintroduces carbs into your diet after so many weeks.
Hey, Steven, the problem with Glenn's MK3 is that it's not an MK3.
Yeah, it's a 2.5, but and yes, I do use it a lot. It's my go-to printer. The thing almost never stops, but I don't know. The thermistor wires, you know, they have that weird insulation on them, and it's frayed, and I think it was shorting out, which was causing inaccurate temperature readings and was causing it to go into thermal runaway. But when I pulled it apart, there was some leakage between the heat block and the throat, and so yeah, it's gonna get some fresh parts.
I'm with Red Light. Just eat gummy bears.
That the one that just come off the MK3, Chris?
MK2.
Oh, MK2. I got you.
But it's palletized. So.
Running the pallet. I got you.
That looks like it came off of your Snappy.
Oh, you don't even know Snappy. I have a pile of those somewhere. The Snappy, I actually have improved it. I need to take some pictures of some prints. There was somebody we were talking about. There's a slop calculation if you're going to build one of these things. So you print this slop calc, and then it kind of tells you the printer that you're printing it on, how much variance you're going to have. And then there's a setting in SCAD that you can change it, and it will automatically alter all the parts. But there's also a setting that I found for backlash. So I printed a couple of different sets of drive gears with different backlash, and I'm trying them out. But if you reduce it some of that wobble actually comes out. So we might turn out a decent print yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to do a 3D printed printer, and Walter talked me out of it.
What kind of 3D printed printer were you going to do?
I was just going to design my own.
Well, then if you're going to do that, then that's fine. I thought you were just building a kit or something.
No, I was just going to come up with something.
Design the hell out of it. But I'd still build it out of metal if you had that choice.
Yeah, if I had the choice. I think I'm going to do it out of metal. I know somebody that's got some extra extrusions.
You know that 3D printing is good for rapid prototyping. But wait, it takes way, way, way too long to print extrusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very rapid.
It's not very rapid.
Yeah, thanks, Nuru. This is the third benchy so far, and I'm decently happy with this one.
Brian, I am not driving all the way to Texas to get 2 pieces of mascot parts.
He's in Kansas.
No, Brian Vines.
Oh. Brian will meet you halfway.
Shh.
He'll meet you halfway. He'll meet you in Louisiana. Wait.
Yeah.
He'll meet you at my house. My house is halfway.
Yeah, meet me here.
My house is halfway, Brian Vines.
Yep. Come on.
Oh, meet him here. My house is halfway between everybody. I hear you, Radio Man GC. Somebody said, "Oh, Nuru, what do you mean the vape smoke kills my frame rates?" I would believe that my vape smoke has nothing to do with my internet speed.
Maybe the camera can't process.
It may not be able to. It may not be able to.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably messing with like the focus and stuff.
Later, Robert Riggins. Well, then I need a different GoPro.
See you later, Robert.
Oh, not for you? I got you. Oh, Sonic said
Glenn too, so he can share since you guys aren't OBSing. I'm not OBSing either because when I run OBS with Google Hangouts, my machine crashes. Of course, it crashes without it. I'm surprised I've been up this long.
Yes,
that's all I use.
I use XSplit.
That is the size of the purge block for that benchy.
That's ridiculous. See, that's why I don't like multicolor. Oh my goodness. I look Chinese though.
10-inch Japanese, I really think so. You got Spock ears, dude.
I do have Spock ears and antenna.
Yeah, and Andorian antennas.
Andorian antennas.
Sweet. I will take them. We'll figure something out. I will build it, whatever you give me.
Wait, what?
He said he'd have the extrusions for my next 3D printed printer done. When I puff them, I change every pixel in the frame. Sweet.
That's probably why he's
I did.
talking about your frame rate.
Yeah. I did check it. I saw it, Llama. That's pretty cool. Later, Robert Riggins. I probably said that already. Somebody else said something while ago I was going to respond to.
Now we need something else multicolored to print.
Chris, do you have any thoughts on a reverse Bowden?
What's a reverse Bowden?
That's a good question because I have no friggin' clue.
I think that term is used in maybe a couple different circles. Reverse Bowden to me is just when you're on the opposite side of the extruder, you feed from a Bowden tube. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that swear by that. If you use that Bowden tube and you tie it down, I think that's probably the instance that he's talking about. But if you load into that tube, you're not getting any pullback from the spool when you're printing.
I got you. He said it's a PTFE tube into a direct drive.
So you're guiding the filament.
Guiding the filament to the extruder.
Yeah.
Kind of like the MMU2.
That's how the FK1 is. I mean, right now the Bowden tube's only this long, but eventually it's going to run to the top. But it's a direct drive, but I need the Bowden tube to get the filament.
Oh, we lost Glenn.
Yeah. So anything on the upside of an extruder would technically, if it has a Bowden tube, that would be reverse Bowden.
Well, hello, app people. Hadn't seen you in a while, my friend. But yeah, the MMU2 is kind of like a reverse Bowden then.
Yeah, in definition, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it hurts anything. I mean, it could only add value. It wouldn't take any away unless you had a bad tube or something.
Yeah. Graybeard's in the house. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Graybeard? What's up, John? Has everybody been printing Captain Graybeard lately? Come on now. It looks awesome. Have you seen Captain Graybeard?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it. The cool thing I would think about, if you had, especially with like a Bondtech extruder, I don't think it would have any problem.
Over the frame and down into the extruder.
Right.
That was awesome.
You're still frozen on the screen there.
Oh, I jinxed myself because I opened my pie hole 5 minutes ago, and now it dumped me.
Yeah.
It literally just poof, all the screens go black and the fans spin up on the machine like I turned it on for the first time today.
Wow, that's weird.
It's pissing me off. So, but I have the next week off of work, so I will take an opportunity to format this machine out, and hopefully it'll just be, because it hasn't had a cleaning in a while. So,
yeah. See, if I had the entire week off next week and then the weekend, I would do Fun in the Kuntry Basement next week at the basement. But all I have off is Monday.
Yeah, no, we shut the company down for the whole week, so we're off all the way until Wednesday. So I work for a pretty awesome company.
Yeah, I don't have any time off at all. So
yeah, like I said, I took Monday, but that's because we lose ours if we don't take it. And I have one floating holiday that I have to take, or it just goes away.
Yeah, we have the same setup. We can only carry so much.
Yeah, well, we carry 0, so.
Wow.
Yeah. So I will look at, if I have 3 hours next week, when I look at my vacation time, I will take some 3 hours off next week on another day.
Yeah, they never tagged out my vacation from this year. So like my pay stubs still show I have 40 hours of vacation time coming. And I'm like, hey, how about that vacation time? And they're like, hey, no, you took it already.
Graybeard said reverse boating is meant to also reduce filament pull from lifting the hot end slightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like, and you guys might already know that, but when you're printing, and you got the spool setting, it does one of these.
Yeah.
Reverse boating takes all of that out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have
Especially
my filament on top of my refrigerator, and it comes down and then goes into my.
Yeah, because I can't imagine what that would do with like Tom, where he used to pull them from behind him across his room, and stick them in his printers. What would that do on that pull? Well, I guess the rock, though, the weight would still be the same, so it really wouldn't matter. All right, I'm going to leave Josh for a minute.
Especially when you have one of these to print off of.
Is that a 5K?
Yeah.
You should have got the one at, well, you weren't, you should have got the one at Murph, man, and put it back in your check baggage.
I know, I should have.
What was that? It was a 20-pound roll, right? 20K or 10K or something?
Yeah, they're 10Ks. Yeah, 22 pounds.
Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was doing in November, the Filamentum goal happens, they sent me a 3-kilogram roll as one of them.
Yeah, those start getting really big.
And well, my spooler didn't have enough. I have a 3D printed GT2 gear, and it slips on the gear. I didn't design it very well. So when I put the 3-kilogram one, it was too heavy, and it just kept slipping. I've got to get a better GT2 gear.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest hurdles that I have for hang printing is I want to print off a 10K roll, but it's really hard to spin one. So you almost have to spin it on its side, and pulling, unless you hung it and had some bearings or something, so pulling that from a printer that's suspended in midair is kind of a tricky thing to do.
What if you put a stepper motor on it to assist the spinning? Like put a rubber wheel on it?
Right. We talked about that, just making it serial in line with the extruder, so they both tick at the same rate.
Right.
That would be a really interesting setup. I haven't thought about how I would create it anymore, but I need to get around to that.
And I would think if you just put a stepper motor with like a rubber thing to grip the outer end of the spool, and instead of spinning the spool itself, just running along the outside of the spool, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
myself very well.
Any assistance would help.
Well, I mean, I would think that you could put some kind of a sensor, like a rotary encoder on the filament itself. So as the extruder was pulling it, it would tell the other stepper motor, hey, feed. Or if it rejected it back, it could turn the spool back, to pick up and release the slack. Right. It would just have to move slightly faster than the rotary encoder was picking in at.
This isn't the official construction cone orange. This is their original orange color. I don't know. They just call it orange. But no, this isn't the really bright one that they had.
That's BB-8 orange.
Yeah.
It is the exact color of BB-8.
I think that's the color I got to print out the LAN OC logo.
Yeah. He was here a while ago.
Yeah. Saw him at the beginning.
Met him at Murph.
He sent me a sticker.
Did
he? Yeah. That's for printing out his logo.
Yeah, Chad Williams. I tried to get a hold of a 30K spool, but I couldn't afford to ship it.
A 30K spool?
Yeah.
Like 66
pounds or something like that?
Yeah. And it was from filaments.ca. That's the only reason why I couldn't get a hold of it.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't afford it over the line.
You could have just not built one of your printers and paid for it.
Well, Let's not go crazy.
Right. Besides that, the only thing you need it for is the hang printer.
Yeah.
I can't say your name, but welcome to the stream. Tio Kanba. Welcome. But yeah. Yeah, that would have been good for the hang printer, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you have a hang printer built?
Yeah.
I don't watch everybody's videos.
The only one you should watch is Chris Riley.
That's a valid
There's
question.
like a million people I have to watch every other day.
Later,
I
Dave.
can't see every video.
Merry Christmas to you too.
No, really though, when I first got into 3D printing, Chris Riley is one of the first people who I went to learn how to do octoprint on my A8s.
Really?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have.
He taught me how to do it.
There's people out there that are better.
I liked his video. I'm pretty sure I have a link to his video in my write-up.
Let me tell you, man. Chris has some awesome videos. The revisit that you dumped this morning, right?
Yeah.
I had to go back and watch the visit because I never saw the visit.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any experience with that board or anything, so I never watched it before.
Yeah. No. That series is going to just get longer and longer and longer because as 32-bit ramps up. Because I'm already getting all kinds of questions about SMTs and how do I get off a SmoothieWare and it's just going to keep going.
Yeah, I showed Josh this board and told him I never wanted anything to do with it ever again.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the new ANET board? Like the replacement for the A8 and all of that. It's like version 1.7, I think. It's actually got screw terminals for the heat bed and the incoming and
Really?
yeah, it's
Brian Vine's got an A8 recently, and he says that his board's different, but they both say revision 1.5. But his is, I don't know, things he's described has been not matching mine.
I never had a 1.5. All of mine were 1.0s.
well, I've got a 1.5 in the that came in the E12. And really the only difference I could see is that the SD card slot sticks further off of the board.
Right?
That's the only thing I could physically see. But whatever this new one is, I'm going to see if I can find it and link it.
Oh, that's right. Brian Vines says that his didn't have a bootloader.
That was getting ready to be my next question. So, Glenn, did you flash Marlin on that 1.5 board?
I
on
did.
The 1.5, no.
I did.
On a 1.5, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got reports that hey, this one doesn't have a bootloader, and I'm like, well, every ANET board I've ever had did. So at some point along the line, they missed something.
Well, the 1.0 that I gave Glenn had a bootloader on it.
Yeah, my other, which I think was 1.1. My other one was 1.1, and I flashed that one over. I never flashed the 1.5 because there's something physically wrong with the board.
Oh.
That it doesn't put out enough amperage to push the extruder, so it was extruder skipping like crazy. But the only potentiometer on there is for the Z, which is stupid.
Yeah,
because the Z needs so much power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yes, Chad Williams, that was an MKS board, and it also got replaced with a Duet. So yeah, I agree with you. Came with Marlin 1.
You know what? I think I put it in my cart. I bet. Oh, here it is, right here.
Hey, Chris Riley, do you have a A10M?
No, I do not. That's one of the ones I do not have.
Somebody needs to send you one because that thing is frustrating the hell out of me with getting Marlin updated on it.
Really?
I got 1.1.8 to work, but I can't get 1.1.9 to work.
And that's not the first time I've ever heard that. Some people are having a problem coming from 8 to 9, and I'm not sure what it is. But that's G-Tech though, right? What board does that have? Is it a GT2560?
I think so.
The white one with the blue connectors on it?
Well, I haven't even seen the board because it's all enclosed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are pretty decent boards.
It's one of those kits to where you just put the sides on and bolt it in, and it's already all put together.
Yeah, let's see if I can get a hold of one of those.
I stuck a link. What's that?
Casa del Wacos is leaving.
See you later, Tony.
See you, Tony. I put a link in the chat to that ANET board.
See, that one says 1.7.
Yeah, that's what I said. 1.7.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before, but it looks like a huge improvement.
No, it's supposed to be like span breaking new. Look, it's got like a legit fuse on it, and then the all the terminals, the source voltage, the bed, and the extruder are all screw terminals instead of those little screw blocks. So I'm going to order one and see if it works in my E12 before I change over to that Geetech board.
Heck yeah. That's not bad. Very decent looking. Huh. All right, I don't need one anymore, so I'm good. I have figured out that I'm not going to go with anything else. If I build another printer, it'll have a duet powered, a RepRap duet powered board or something on it.
Well, I'm definitely not disappointed that everybody talked me into going that way.
Yeah, I mean, it just right now to me, the interface and the way it works is hands down better than. I mean, even Octoprint's great, or I mean, you can use Octoprint with the Duet too. So, I mean,
yeah, that's the only thing that I want to see, and I'm sure it'll happen as it gains popularity. But the slicers need to work with interfacing in with the Duet, so that you can send directly from the slicer. And there's a plugin for Cura, but it's I'll use the term buggy. It's a little buggy.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to whoever wrote it. I mean, good on you for doing it. And I'm sure that it'll get better and better, but it's still pretty fresh.
Trolling for dollars, if you're talking about that 1.7 ANET board, I believe it was $34 to $37.
Yeah, it is. It's depending on, like, if you pick it up out of the United States, it's $37.80. And they give you the choices for A2, A6, A8, or A35 are your 4 options. And I'm thinking that all it is different parameters in the firmware.
Yeah, it's just different firmware.
Which I would overwrite anyway. So, but yeah, for whatever reason, it won't let me choose anything but the A8. So.
Yeah, Chad Williams. Yeah, I've tested it out. You can use you can monitor Duet with Octoprint just fine. It works out pretty well.
Yeah, I can't imagine that it wouldn't. I mean, as long as it's a USB connection, Octoprint doesn't really know the difference.
Right.
And yes, Trolling for dollars. If you look back up, Fun King posted the link to that board.
Yeah, I can post it again. I think it's still on my clipboard. There it is again. Chris is admiring his Benji Navy.
He's stacking them.
Yeah, did they remove the burn your house down setting for A8?
It's now optional. There's actually an option right in the touchscreen. Not to turn it off, but to just immediately burn your house down.
Yeah, just burn my house down.
You know, I got to admit, when I got my A8, I really fell in love with it. I love what it does. I still love it. You know, I mean, I've put a lot of work and changes into it, but, you know, and everybody's like, oh, don't get one of those. They'll burn your house down. Well, at the time, there had only been like one documented case of one catching on fire. And so I was always on the defense, like, you know, quit saying crap like that. And now in the last year, we've seen what, like 15 of them catch fire.
15. Yeah. Dang. I haven't heard about that many. I've got 2 A8s, and I've done safety upgrades to them, and I haven't had problems.
Well, it seems like every time I just want to scream user error.
Yeah. But well, I will tell you that, like, the day or 2 days before I was actually going to get on and talk about my A8, being safe and I hadn't had any of the problems, I noticed the brown on my plug-in on my heated bed and my board. It had melted the solder.
I had a black spot too on mine before I changed out the wiring for it. But I mean, there are things you have to do to make it safe.
Oh yeah.
But the amount of money that you put into it to make it safe, it's better just to buy something else like an Ender 3.
Exactly. And you know what kills me is ANET could sorry, Chris. ANET could absolutely upgrade the wire, upgrade the power, and it would probably cost them $2.
Right.
And they could charge $20 extra and people would buy the printer.
Yeah.
You know, but it's that race to the bottom. Everybody wants to have the lowest price.
Chris, are you playing Vinci Ball?
Yeah, I agree with you, Glenn.
What's that, Josh?
Pricing too much quality just to save a buck.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, they want that lowest price. And
hey there, Thomas Zimroz. How are you?
Of course, their support. I mean, as far as their support goes, they can just pack up and ship out. I mean, they suck.
Right.
They don't want to do anything for you. They're like, well, you know, get with the people you bought it from. You made it. You know, like you give me support.
Like my bed on my A1010 was like, it would probe, but then when it printed, it would have high spots that would cause my nozzle to clog. And G-Tech got with the people that sold it to me and had them send me a brand new bed.
Yeah. See, and I couldn't get anything for the E12.
Yeah, and that's one thing, you know, I've said this before a handful of times. That's one thing that sets G-Tech apart. They're still kind of like the same company as a lot of these other companies, but they do have support and they will sell parts.
They care.
Yeah, they actually try to do a pretty good job on that. And, you know, I've had some really bad G-Tech printers, as we've all seen. But, you know, at least they're giving it a little better shot on the support side.
Well, and then with the E12 and Gearbest, you know, I kept saying, listen, ANET won't support it. I need you to send me, a main board for it. I said, plus the bed is bowl shaped. You know, I'd like to have replacement parts. And we went back and forth for months. I mean, I've had that thing for over a year, and we went back and forth for months. And they finally said to me, it's too high of a value to send you another one. I'm like, I don't want another one. I want the parts to fix this one. Oh, we misunderstood. Then send me the parts. Nothing.
Yeah, there was my laser cutter that I bought from I think it was from Banggood, that stopped working a week after I started using it. They refused to give me a refund, so I just went through my bank and disputed it, and my bank gave me my money back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we get when we have to deal with overseas.
It's a dice roll.
I don't see that when I do a search for it. That A8 Plus. Somebody here, yeah.
What's that?
It said the A8 Plus is on level of the Ender 3 Pro.
What's an A8 Plus?
That's what I was looking for. I don't see it. Right there. Hold on. It's from All 3DP. Oh, yeah. That type of printer. Wow. 600 by 600 by 600.
What?
Is it acrylic?
You got to post a link.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Hurry up.
No, that's an ad for something else.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
it's an ad below there. But anyway, there's the A8 Plus. No, it's not. I can't stand when they do that.
Right.
Probably a phishing site, and then
send.
No, it's not. I mean, I didn't send it. No, I got to hit enter.
Chad Williams posted a link. Aluminum frame.
It's going to tear his down in just a minute because he's not a mod.
No, yeah. I approved it.
No, I know that, but Nightbot will still knock it off since he's not a mod, and it deletes all those messages.
Nightbot's a jerk.
Yeah. Nightbot is a butthead.
That's fancy.
I reposted his link.
No, it's fine, Chad. Sorry about that, buddy. But yeah, I mean,
I like the color screen on it.
That's just a sticker that you rip off when you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, probably.
I actually like the way the bed's mounted, like the original A8, instead of the single rail like on the Enders.
Well, that's how my M8 kit looks.
It looks like it's got the smooth rods, and also maybe that's just the belt, but it looks like it's also got a center rod.
I think that's just the belt.
Yeah, I think it's the belt.
Oh yeah, okay, because in the next picture.
See, I kind of prefer that configuration like that over.
Is that a 20 by 20 extrusion though? That's
what it looks like.
Is that
Yeah,
strong enough?
It looks just like the E12. I mean,
oh, the A8 Plus is a 300 by 300 by 350.
all it is a relabeled E12, except for they actually strapped everything onto it. I mean, the printed plastic parts look exactly the same. The frame configuration looks exactly the same. The lead screws and stuff are in the front instead of in the back. Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't have the extrusion for the X-axis either.
Is that a power switch or is that just a plug? I think that's just a plug.
Yes, it looks like just a plug.
Well, at least they enclosed the plug this time. There's still no power switch though.
Yeah, I don't see a power switch.
It looks all right, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Kit said it's a official version of the AM8, except it's a lot bigger, and it's a bit over $300.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me about it is, I mean, the bed on the E12 is 300 by 300 by 300 by 300, but it's a crap bed. I mean, it's warped and it's really hard. You know, like I tried to use that jack that somebody designed for the CR10, but the frame that carries the bed is also really thin and not very supportive.
People will be here another 20 minutes, buddy.
And then where they put the filament, the spool holder.
Oh, and the screen is all the screen is magnetic, so you can move the screen around to suit yourself.
Really? Stick it to
aluminum.
Yeah, I don't see any pictures of that.
I don't either. That's what Chad Williams said. He said scroll down.
Picture it didn't happen.
Right. Well, I wasn't on Gearbest. I was on the All 3DP link.
Yeah, I'm on Gearbest's. Yeah, the molding size is 300 by 300 by 350, which solves the painful point of high price on the market.
That's 2040 extrusions on the uprights and the ones on the bottom left and right. The front, the crossbar, and the back are all 2020.
The real question, Glenn, is where is the wind mouth located?
Oh, I can see the wind mouth, and it is exactly the same wind mouth that's on the A8. They didn't even redesign it. It's still the exact same.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with A-net. I don't think I'll ever buy another one.
Done buying what?
A-net.
A-net.
Yeah, I don't think I will either.
They'd have to really step up their game, I think. They'd have to come up with something really cool.
This printer's $289 for this.
You could buy a CR10 for that.
Right.
Something that's proven.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I liked my A8s because I learned from them. I mean, they were my introduction into 3D printing, and I learned a lot from them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't buy another one.
No.
No, I'm not disappointed that I bought mine either, and I'm definitely not disappointed that I upgraded to the AM8 and put all new wire in it and a new power supply, and it's a great machine. I mean, as soon as I can get some auto bed leveling on there, it'll have everything I need. That thing prints like a boss.
If they would have had A8s when I bought my first 3D printer, I probably would have bought one.
You've never had an A8?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I had an A8.
You did?
Yep.
I got you.
I gave it away.
Well, you gave that one to Ricky too, man.
Yeah,
I did. That was mean of you.
I know. I only do it to the guys I like.
I never got a printer.
Yeah, me either.
All I got was a box of benchies.
I got some benchies and
I've had.
Hey, that's a lie because you got one of these too, man.
Yes, I did. You know where mine is?
Where's yours?
Mine does not sit on my cluttered, dirty work table. That's on my end table in my living room.
Really?
Like right there on display for everybody to see.
Mine would get broken in my living room, so it stays in here.
Yeah, I've had a couple people promise me to send me printers, and I haven't never got them.
Well, I finally reached back out to Creality because, you know, they were going to send me something and they never did. And I reached back out to Ben and he said, "Oh, you never got it?" And I'm like, "No, I never got anything." And he said, "Oh, well, I'll have to check on that. We'll get you something new." And I'm like, "Great, let's do it." But
never heard from him again.
All's quiet again. I mean, it's probably only been a week or a week and a half, but
Patrick, I would agree with you. You are correct. It was great. The A8 was great for me to get for my first printer because I learned a lot about 3D printing and how stuff works. But yeah, as soon as I swapped it over to a printed frame AM8, it printed better and just works better.
well,
yeah,
because
my very first A8, I immediately upgraded it to the AM8.
Yeah.
So I never like put it together as the A8.
Yeah.
But my second A8 was it still has the acrylic frame and everything.
Well, see, when I built my A8, my wife just kept asking me, "Well, can it do anything other than print parts for itself?"
Right? Exactly. That's exactly right.
Because I just kept upgrading all the like frame stiffeners and all this crazy stuff. But
yeah, after a while they get tired of going, "Oh, what you printing now?" And you go, "It's another brace."
Yeah.
I think it was Brian Vines the other day. He put out the question, "Have you ever printed a fan duct so you could print another fan duct that was better than the one you just printed?"
Yes.
I have done that quite a few times.
Well, I still have the factory wind mouth for my A8 because the one I printed one time, it fell off and like embedded itself into my print.
My factory ones are the only ones that have not melted. And I've printed some in ABS and they still after a while start drooping and then they catch on the part and then fall off.
Well, I think this right here is the key. You print the round ones too? The ones that go all the way around? Yeah.
I've printed like 5 different ones and they all mess me
up.
It
seems like the ones that go all the way around because they're so close to the heat block. I think that's what causes it to.
Well, I did even the half ones, not the full loop, but the half ones.
The only one I ever got to work was a square one.
Yeah.
It was a square circle that if you wanted it all the way around, that square circle kept it far enough away from the heat block.
Can you say that again? It was a what?
It was a square circle.
Square circle.
That's what they call a boxing ring, isn't it? Square circle.
It cracks me up.
There you go, Brian Vine. Squirrel. It's a squircle.
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 I'm thinking about building the. I know Tom's getting ready to do it too, so that people will watch his video. But I'm thinking about building the mostly printed CNC.
I actually talked to Glenn about. Wasn't it Glenn? Didn't I talk to you about that?
I got almost all the parts printed for that. I just got to get back into it. I was using that as cover when I was building the FK1 so that I could ask questions without people knowing what I was really doing. So, but I do have actually intentions on building it, but I'm going to make it small. I was originally going to try to make it 2 foot by 4 foot, but I think I'm just going to do 2 foot by 2 foot.
Really all I want to do with it is cut out printer frames. So
yeah,
I really don't want to make it all that big.
Well, it's supposedly much, much more accurate on a smaller scale.
I might give it a try.
Somebody from Inspire 3D, he talks a lot about it.
Somebody sent me an engraving laser the other day that they didn't need. It's like, hey, I could switch them out.
Cool. I love when people just send me stuff they didn't need.
Yeah, me too.
So I cannot believe that.
Tony Ryan just called you out, Glenn.
What's that?
Tony Ryan just called you out.
Call me out. I'm looking at. Glenn has one. He's also has an FK1 that we never see printing anything. That's because it's sitting over there. You can't see it. It's behind the camera.
It's behind the camera, not printing.
Listen, I have to say this again just so that it's understood. When I got home from Maker Faire, I was already 2 weeks late starting my whole Christmas light display. So I went completely into Christmas light mode, which will last all the way until after New Year's when I take it all down. Then I will kick back into FK1 mode. But I also have to clean a bunch of stuff up here to have room to put that thing.
Video.
Yeah, I want to see Christmas lights, Glenn.
I want to see the video.
Oh, the show just ended. If you want to stay a little bit late tonight at 6 when the next show starts, I'll go down with my phone and I'll live broadcast it. I'll just Google Hangouts right onto my phone.
Yay.
Because I haven't had a chance to shoot the video yet. I will, but I haven't had a chance to shoot it yet.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't even have a tree up. I don't have one light up.
I don't have a tree up. I have lots of trees up.
Yeah, Glenn's in
the only Christmas decoration I have is the ice skating rink from my box last month.
Yeah. I don't have that. I still have no box from last month.
Well, Alkesh won. He made me some really cool Christmas tree ornaments. I don't know where to hang them because I don't have a tree.
I have to say I'm pretty jealous of the skating print from the alien box. That is really cool.
That is.
Did you see it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, you know, Chris, if you subscribe to the Alien Box, you can get 15% off every month by using the code Kuntry Klub.
I need to send Chris Riley one because I mean he put stickers in my boxes and then I never sent him a promo one.
You do.
Well, here's my thing, and I've said this before. It's when I first started my boxes, I did not want to send to anybody who was big. And
well, you're too late. See, when you started, Chris
thanks a lot, Josh. You sent me one. You're saying I'm not big?
At the time, I mean, we've talked about that before, Glenn. But at the time, is like Chris Riley, he didn't have a ton of subscribers, which he still doesn't, and he's underappreciated. But
who's underappreciated?
Chris Riley.
No, hell he ain't.
He is.
He is appreciated so much.
He doesn't have 200,000 subscribers or 300,000.
That's our fault.
Well, that's
because we haven't campaigned hard enough.
Underappreciated. But anyways, but everywhere I Googled, Chris Riley's name came up for like Octoprint and all like that. And when I first started the Alien 3D box, I did not want to send it to big name people because I didn't want to be seen as riding on people's coattails.
I love riding on people's coattails.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but now 6 months later, and I know I can be successful at it because that's another thing too. I didn't want to, sell it to all the big names and failing.
Here's the thing, though.
But I didn't fail. So.
Chris, right now, where are you at, Chris? 77, 78, 8,000, somewhere in there?
Yeah, somewhere around 78, I think.
Okay, so he's at 7,800. Right. 10,000 is that magic number.
Right.
Okay. When he gets to 10,000, then YouTube just starts adding people to his friggin' channel.
Still.
They auto subscribe people to your channel then.
I believe it.
So like when he gets to 10,000 people, like the next week he'll be at like 15,000.
Yeah, it goes up.
I mean, that'll be 20, and I mean, it just exponentially it will start going up.
I believe it.
I hate to say anything because I don't want to jinx it, but ever since last week when we had Chuck on, I started picking up subscribers. I gained over the last week. I gained over 20 subscribers. I'm back over 4,500.
Heck yeah!
The power of Chuck right there.
The power of Chuck. The Chuck effect.
Yeah, I think I'm at 1,056.
Yeah, there you go, Tony Ryan. I don't have a million subs, but I have the best subs.
Right?
That's right. And that, you know, that's what I've been saying since the beginning, man.
Absolutely. The core group of people that hang out with us are just awesome. You know.
Sargis, we can't read that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we cannot read that.
Hey, I appreciate that, Hawk. I'm gonna pronounce it Hawk, even though it's probably wrong.
I don't know. I wouldn't know how to say that either.
Yeah, and I have to say about the subscription boxes, well, on that topic, I've only ever had one, and I've only ever showed off one, and it was just, it was because I talked to those guys at IRF, and they were just getting their foot into this whole thing, and they said, "Hey, would you take one?" And I'm like, "Send it. I'll do something." But you know, I went to great lengths to show that off. I printed every filament, you know, and time lapsed them all, so like that. So it took me a while to do, and. They did ask me, would you like to do it for a couple more months? And I'm like, I would love to, but I don't even have anywhere close to that much time.
Yeah, it's time consuming. Yeah.
Llama said, yeah, the core group, but then there's me. But, hey, you know, I've watched that video we talked about before we started the show today. And that's the way his was, Chris. When he hit 10,000, it was like 3 months later, he had 60,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It just, once you hit a certain point, it takes off. Now, if you get your subscribers based on a giveaway, it does not work that way.
Yeah.
That is true.
You get a whole bunch, and then you spend the next year on the downfall.
Yeah.
So
that reminds me, I need to call a couple of folks. I have a show coming up where I'd like to give some things away. We know we're getting a Star Trek ship.
You haven't given that away yet?
No, it's every 500 subscribers.
Man.
I only got enough for about 1,000, 1,500 subscribers at 500 per.
What are they anyways?
They're collectible ships.
Why do you have so many?
Because I paid for them for like 2.5 years.
And if you call now,
you're going to give
them extra processing and handling.
What's that?
And if you call now and pay extra shipping and processing.
Sargis, you're going to have to change your...
Maybe he's a troll.
He may be. He might be writing stuff in there we don't understand.
I translated that. It's he said, I do not know is what that was. Now this is...
Translate that.
Yeah, that's Farsi.
It looks like Farsi. What ship is what? There's a bunch of them. I forgot the name of that one. I'd have to find the book for that one.
Something in this area to be in the Islamic World Ramadan contest again on the best of the unreasonable in the Islamic World Ramadan contest again. Yeah, I think he's just a troll.
Spam troll dude.
Not anymore. Brian deleted his message. I hid his butt. And not because he's Muslim, but because he was spamming my
Glenn would have more subs if he had an epic beard. I don't know. I had an epic beard for a couple of episodes, but it didn't really help.
Cut it all off to put on top of his head. But yeah, Patrick, there's a bunch of ships up there, and I forgot the name of that one. All right. We have 6 minutes, guys. 6 minutes. And then Glenn gets to go show us.
Yeah, and then I'll go outside and show you everything I got going on.
So, Chris Riley, would you prefer a fun project or a practical project?
Fun project.
Alrighty.
He does enough friggin' practical projects.
Yeah. Practical, I'm wore out. I need some motivation to do some of the videos that I need to do. I've been really slacking the last couple of weeks.
I tell you what, I will print your wife a lead-filled hammer and see if she can motivate you.
Sometimes, man, that's what I need. I think it's just this time of year. There's so much going on.
Merry Christmas to you too, Hawk. Take it easy, my friend. Have a good night's sleep. I will see you Wednesday.
Thanks, Ben. Hey, let me ask you guys a question about nozzles. About nozzles.
Okay.
So the nozzle that I have on my Prusa is a hardened nozzle because I didn't want to have to worry about whatever I print. I can just throw whatever I want at it. Is there a negative side to running a hardened nozzle? I mean, other than price,
hardened steel or like ruby?
No, not a ruby. No, I'm not that big of a baller. Just a like an E3D hardened steel nozzle.
Yeah, heat distribution's different than the brass nozzles, but
okay, so I noticed that I did have to turn my heat up, which, you know, like a lot of people print their PLA at, you know, 190 or 200, and I usually print at 210 to 215.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've heard that's the only thing is you got to change the temp. Who are we losing?
Why does my camera keep popping out?
Losing us?
No, it's us. My camera keeps knocking out.
yeah, you guys are just frozen.
How about now?
To me, you're still frozen.
Hold on just a second. I can fix that.
Yeah, Glenn, because that would really be that's really the only key is you know, the thermal aspect of it.
Well, because I mean, I've heard people talk about, like, you know, having multiple nozzles and they change them and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I wouldn't want to have to recalibrate every time I pull the nozzle out, you know. And so, I mean, it's been doing fine. I was just wondering if there was any science behind it.
Yeah, no, I am the running and gunning type of 3D printing person, though. But I just buy a bunch of brass ones and throw them over my shoulder.
Yeah,
that's what I was telling Josh today, because he was telling me about the Slice Engineering $34 nozzle. Even with a lifetime warranty, I mean, you can get a 10-pack for like $5 of the brass nozzles on Amazon.
Yeah,
but what brand? I mean, are we talking like the Chinese ones that you're never sure if the hole's drilled the right size?
Oh, that's the case. I mean, you take that chance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and what printer are you putting it on, right?
Yeah.
I won't take a real V6 and put one of those on there, but you know, on an Ender 3 or something like that, sure.
Yeah, because like my Prusa, like I have that thing dialed in so tight. Like when I was printing the parts for the FK1, my tolerance is 0.1 millimeter.
Yeah,
and it's spot on. So,
question, Glenn, did you ever use that hardened nozzle I gave you, the polyphobic one?
I haven't. It's still in my drawer.
Yeah, that's what I have on my Mark III. And
see, now I thought that one wasn't hardened. I thought it was just coated.
No, the ones I got at Earth were hardened steel coated.
Oh, I don't think that's the one you gave me, though. I think the one I got from you was from Murph.
It may have been. You may be exactly right. You may be correct.
So, and that's the only reason I haven't used it was because it wasn't hardened.
If you did some detective work and you really looked up a lot of information, you could find Chinese sellers that were selling genuine E3D nozzles for less than you could get them from E3D.
Oh, I'm sure E3D is not manufacturing their own.
Yeah, they're wherever they're coming from, they sell. There's multiple vendors that sell them at different price points.
All right, guys, we've got 1 minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to Chris so he can tell all about his channel, where to find him.
Yes, I'm now on Twitter at Chris Riley 3D. You can follow me there.
Hashtag now on Twitter.
That's right. So YouTube, Chris Riley. Videos come out a couple times a week. I am here to help you with your 3D printing projects. And it's always fun to hang out with Walter and Glenn and special guests, Josh, for this week, every Sunday on Fun in the Kuntry Basement. And we'll probably see you next week. Hope everybody has a great holiday.
All right, Glenn.
All right, well, I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D, and I normally have a Xander, but I don't even know what he's doing. I don't even know if he's playing video games right now, but we are Fun King 3D just about everywhere, and yeah, usual stuff. FK1 videos are coming again, I promise. And then also the new big secret project that I worked on, which is getting even bigger. You probably will not have a use for it for exactly what I'm doing, but it'll be easily adaptable over to other fun things, and it will be making an appearance at the Murph and Earth and any other maker fairs that I go to. It's interesting, Thursdays on Thursdays. Our Maker Box video is coming out tomorrow. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it, and happy whatever to those who celebrate something different, and those who don't celebrate, have a great day. And then I'll give it back to Walter. I'm going to take my mic off and head down. I heard the show just start, and I will pop up, and I'll be outside.
All right, buddy. We'll see you when you get there. All right, everybody. I'm Walter, Kuntry 3D. I can be found everywhere at Kuntry 3D. This is my guest, Josh, Alien 3D.
Alien 3D.
And if you don't know who Josh is, go to alien3d.us. Check out his subscription box. It's fantastic. Use the code Kuntry Klub at checkout for 15% off. I'm taking money out your pocket, man.
Right
Anyway.
off for tax time.
All right, guys. So that's fun in the Kuntry Basement. We'll see you next Wednesday on the Country time at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7. Don't think I'll have a guest, but I will be there going live. But other than that, y'all take care of each other and have a Merry Christmas and a happy, safe New Year. And if you don't celebrate, then, you know, do what you got to do.
Is Glenn's live stream going to be on this one or on his?
No, it's going to be here right after I hit the stop button.
Okay. Just
y'all take care, guys.
Asked, so.
Y'all will not get to see Glenn's thing. We will. Bye, y'all.